Guys, this is TK Kundu from the decks of Friendly Tutorial Home. Today I have brought before you a small lesson, that is verb agreement. Sometimes we find it difficult to identify the subject, whether it is singular or plural. So we are confused for using the verb, whether we will use singular verb or plural verb. Let me show you some examples. I have written here, a verb must agree with its subject in number and person. First example I have written, the quality of the apples is not good. You see here, apples is plural, but we have used here is, because apples are not considered as subject. The subject is the quality. The quality of the apples is not good. So it is singular subject. So is verb is used here very correctly. Next, bread and butter is my favorite food at breakfast. Bread and butter, you see, is considered a total food. So a meal. Bread and butter is a meal. So it is considered as singular subject. That's why is verb is used instead of are. Bread and butter is my favorite food at breakfast. Number 3, I have written, the poet and artist is dead. The same person, poet and artist. So the subject is considered as singular subject. So is verb is correctly used here. The poet and artist is dead. Number 4, I have written, the driver with 3 passengers is dead on the spot. The driver is considered as the subject. With 3 passengers is not considered as subject. So the driver with 3 passengers is considered singular subject, is dead on the spot. Is verb is correctly used here. Next, English as well as math is taught here. English as well as math. That means English, the singular subject here, is taught here. Next, either Ram or Sam has done this work. Either Ram or Sam, anyone. So we have to consider one subject. That's why here has is used instead of have. Either Ram or Sam has done this work. Next, number 7, one of the students is punished. There are number of students, many students, but out of them one is considered as subject. So subject is singular. One of the students is punished. So the verb is used here very correctly. Next, number 8, I have written, each man and woman in the procession, each man and woman in the procession is walking slowly. When I have written each, that means singular. So many men and women are in the procession, but subject I have taken each of them. So each of the men and women, when we will see the each and every, then we have to consider singular subject. Each man and woman in the procession is walking slowly. Number 9, I have written, 20 minutes is allowed to each speaker. 20 minutes, you see, is a one duration of time, and that is allowed to each speaker. So 20 minutes is considered the singular subject. That's why is verb is correctly used here. Next, 100 kilometers is a long distance. 100 kilometers is considered as one distance. That is singular subject. So is verb is rightly used here. 100 kilometers is a long distance. Next, 50,000 rupees is a large sum. 50,000 rupees is a single amount is considered here. So the subject 50,000 rupees is singular. So is verb is rightly used here. 50,000 rupees is a large sum. Next, the Arabian Nights is a famous book. Arabian Nights is considered a single book. That's why the verb is rightly used here. So guys, I think some confusion which you had earlier is now clear about agreement of verb. Just I am repeating again for your convenience. You see, the quality of the apples is not good. Here is verb is used because here subject the quality is singular. Next, bread and butter is my favorite food at breakfast. Bread, although there is two things, bread and butter, but it is considered one meal. That's why subject is singular. So is verb is used here very rightly and properly. Next, the poet and artist, the same person, poet and artist. So is verb is used here. The poet and artist is dead. Number 4, the driver with 3 passengers is dead on the spot. The driver with 3 passengers is taken as singular subject. So it is verb, that is singular verb is used here. English as well as math is singular subject is taught here. Either Ram or Sam, anyone, either Ram or Sam has done this work. So it is also either Ram or Ram, anyone. Either Ram or Sam, anyone subject. So subject is considered singular. Verb here used has instead of have, has done the work. One of the students is punished. There are so many students, but subject is one of them. So it is singular subject. So verb is used here very correctly. Number 8. Each of the men and women in the procession is walking slowly. Each of the men and women is singular subject. That's why the verb is very correctly used here. 20 minutes is allowed to each speaker. 20 minutes is considered as a one duration of time, a period of time. So it is considered singular subject. So verb is used here very correctly. Then 100 kilometers is a long distance. 100 kilometers is taken as considered as one distance, that is 100 kilometers. That's why is verb is very correct. 100 kilometers is a long distance. Next, 50,000 rupees is a large sum. 50,000 rupees is one amount, considered as one amount. That's why is verb is very correctly used here. Next, the Arabian Nights is a famous book. Arabian Nights, although there is s, but it is taken as singular subject because it is one single book. So is verb is very much rightly used here. Arabian Nights is a famous book. So guys, I think now to some extent the verb agreement is very clear. Although it is very confusing, but if you consider the subject properly, then I think you'll not do any mistake in this respect. You have to be more careful in it. So if you are unable to understand, you again and again hear this lesson so that you can understand it properly. So to make your learning more perfect, you listen this class again and again. So thank you for listening this class. I hope you have enjoyed this class. Again, I am reminding you that if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please do that so that you can get notification from time to time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.